Here's Charlie Dickens, the final chapter entitled The Funeral. Tinker was woken by his annoying alarm clock, and for a brief moment he thought that it was just a regular morning. And then he remembered. It wasn't easy getting out of bed, and he let the coldness of the shower bring him back to life. The breakfast passed in silence, and no one knew what to say. Charlie was tempted to drift off to Spider-Man mode again, but he knew that he had to be there for Tinker. It didn't take long for the clock to speed up, and they were all in the car being driven to the cemetery. Charlie felt like he was in a dream, a bad dream. Tinker felt like he was in a dream, a bad dream. The rain began to fall as the coffin was being lowered. Tinker found it hard to believe that it was his dad in there, and he half expected him to throw open the lid and berate him for not keeping his room tidy. A bitter smile came to Tinker's lips, but only for a second. Charlie put his hand on his shoulder, and he knew that he'd be all right. Images of the kite came into his mind. If only it had stayed up. Tinker thought things may have turned out differently. Charlie began to drift into dreamland, but as he looked over at Tinker, he knew that he would have to be strong, so he decided to keep Spider-Man at bay just for now. It was time for him to stand on his own 2 feet and to be there for his friend, Charlie thought. Charlie put his hand on his Tinker's shoulders as the final words were spoken, and the coffin was covered with dirt. Tinker couldn't look any more, and they walked back to the house to see all of the guests munching on sandwiches and thirstily drinking tea. Everyone was in black, as to be expected, and then a flash of colour caught their eyes. It was a red scarf, and it belonged to Bob. How he had got in there they did not know, but his was a face they were pleased to see. The end.